Talk 1370, the right choice for weekends.
Just one quick thing. For those people tuning in, the time is approximately 3:22. You're listening to Austin's Talk Radio, The Shift Economy. You're hearing from Lee Brower, who's a multi-generational wealth expert and founder of the Quadrant Living Experience. And again, just a quick reminder, he's a gentleman that's been featured in both the blockbuster book and film The Secret, where he shares invaluable insights about gratitude and other tools to success, which is kind of like where I'd like to take this, if you all don't mind. And Marcia, I'd love to hear your take also, because you teach principles of success, and one of the things that I'm finding in the shift that we're experiencing right now is that we're now going back to more fundamental values as a country, because after the 80s, when we had this ostentatious consumerism where people are out there trying to keep up with the Joneses, et cetera. It's almost like a badge of honor. The bigger the house, the more the cars, and that sort of thing. Savings rates in America were in the red. And now we're actually upwards. The last figure I heard was somewhere like 6%. And people are now starting to value, I think with the quadrants, a perfect example, and again, why I like the direction that was going in, that people are now starting to value other things like, their family, their heritage, what we're talking about there. And it's really interesting because, and Lee, I shared the quadrant experience with Ricci, and her immediate response to me is like, hey, man, I deal from gratitude, is what she said, right? This is the one quadrant that I operate in, because without that, you don't get anything else. So, Marcia, I'd really be interested in hearing your tape, because, again, you are a very high-level coach, with some of the people do.
For 30 years, I've been talking to people about how to make their dreams come true.
Right.
And I want to contextualize. A dream at one level is simply something that you want. And where dreams come from is you make them up. Some are based on need, putting food on the table. Some are based on desire, maybe your dream of writing a book or traveling around the world. But the dreams that come from your purpose, that are aligned with your heart, your soul, your mission, your calling, are usually the most profound. So what I'm finding is, standing in your purpose, the quality of your dreams, the quality of your life will change. And even though with all the books that I've written, people could use the books to get more goodies, more houses and cars and stuff. But that's not what they're focusing on. They're focusing on exactly what we're talking about here, which is quality of life. We're asking ourselves confronting questions like, how do I want my life to be? Right. Which, if you're someone who practices living with integrity, which is core and essential to manifestation, the next question must be, and what am I willing to do about it? And even though we're living in crazy times with tremendous amount of uncertainty, and people are losing their jobs, and not necessarily knowing or controlling their future, this power of going in, remembering who we are, remembering why we're here, and then making decisions to live in integrity with our heart and soul, I think is part of the most profound shift that we actually are seeing.
That's amazing.
And I'd like to ask you something, Marcia, about when someone goes through a process, perhaps like Lee was talking about, and they have a shift, which kind of relates to the topic of why we even do this show, the shift economy, the shift in our thinking, the shift in the way people interact with each other. What happens? What would you say to someone that has gone through a process where they've experienced a shift? They got new dreams, and they want to act on them now.
Or no dreams. We hear that a lot as well, because many of us are so mired in reality and so busy living from our clocks and calendars that we don't even know what our dreams are. People think of dreaming as something that's frivolous, except that it's been medically proven that people with passion and dreams live 7 to 10 years longer and have a better quality of life. There's actually a medical term, Dr. Mehmet Oz told me personally, that when the brain believes it's outgrown its usefulness, which can happen at any age, we see it most often when people retire, get laid off, experience an empty nest, or when you stop dreaming, the brain sends a message to the body that it's no longer needed and people start to self-destruct. It's called apoptosis. So, wow. I would say that there's the dream that you have for your life, and then there's the dream that life has for you. And I just want to...
Marcia, one little thing on that right here. The way I said, I'm not as sophisticated as apoptosis.
It's like, don't die before you die.
The way I relate to it is very simply, when you stop using your parts on your body, Mother Nature wants them back.
Oh, that's so precious.
There you go. Now you're speaking my language.
People, we die before we die. Life becomes about status
You're not going to use it, give it back. Then they take it back.
On the line of being profound, here's what I would say. Okay, everybody, I'm going to share with you the secret to living a joyful, fulfilling life. Lean in.
I'm leaning in.
The secret to living a joyful, fulfilling life is to do more of what you love every day. Seriously. And for many of us, that begins by saying no more to what's no longer true. No more to what's out of integrity with your soul. No more what you're complaining and whining about. No more living as a victim. No more giving it up. Say no more. Say no thank you. Clear away the stuff that's no longer true so you can say, now what will really light me up?
Amen.
Yeah, that's great, Marcia. You just defined my definition of retirement. That is to eliminate everything I dislike doing and increase everything that I love doing.
But why wait?
Retirement.
But why wait?
Point. That there is no such thing as retirement.
Exactly.
And
there is no such thing. Retirement was invented anyway by Bismarck back when they didn't have
who's not
jobs
sophisticated?
It didn't even exist before then, and so my opinion is increase everything you love doing, decrease everything you dislike doing is the perfect definition of what retirement should be.
And by the way, people also say to me, well, this isn't a time to dream. This is a time to be realistic. Reality is an important part of the mix. You have to know where you are in order to design the strategy for where you want to go.
Right.
But the question, the $64,000 question is, what has being realistic cost you?
Isn't that amazing?
Mm-hmm. Well said.
It cost our passion, our dreams, our hopes, our desires. And what I see is that most of us, we kill off our possibility. We compromise our dreams down to what we realistically believe is possible based on what's in our checking account or what the stock market is doing before we explore the possibilities of how to really create what matters to us most.
I love every time I'm around you. I just take notes like crazy.
You know what I find really amazing with what you just said is so true is that when you sit down with people, one of the things, as I was starting to tell you before we went on air, with the whole shift economy, we say this over and over again, is that people are now finding themselves, again, in the entrepreneurial camp because, downsizing, et cetera, they're 1099. So we try. It depends on what lens you want to look at it through as far as the circumstances. You can either look at it like, oh, my God, doom and gloom. I just got laid off. Now they're kind of doing this to me or whatever. Be a victim, unless you like doing what you're doing. Or you can look at it as an amazing opportunity to pursue what you love, what you're talking about. But the challenge is, going back to said, is a lot of people don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Because what has being realistic cost them.
Yeah, and I've been speaking a lot. I've been touring around to eWomen Network. I'm going to be there Tuesday on my birthday, October 5th. Where are we going to be, Nick?
We're going to be at Westwood Country Club.
At the Westwood Country Club. And what I've been noticing is as I'm talking to at least my generation, we're reminded that we were not raised to ask the question, what will make me happy? We were raised in our generation to ask, what can you do for others or how can you take care of yourself? And now we're at midlife and we're saying, my needs matter too. Okay, my kids are gone. I don't want to have apoptosis. What are my dreams? And a lot of people are saying to me, well, I don't have a dream. Well, you can reframe that right out of the gate and say, okay, my dream is to have a dream. And then you start looking at the different areas of your life and where do you want to make changes or create. I want to say this about business, that in business, dreaming is the driving force for transformation because without vision, companies fail. And without our personal dreams, vision, life can become routine, mundane, stagnant.
And stale.
And stale, exactly. And
right.
And if we've been so busy living in corporate America, or so busy just getting food on the table and paying the bills, we have forgotten how to dream. So I am on a mission to, that at one level is about restoring faith, but can you believe enough in yourself that you're going to act on what's important to you as opposed to looking for guarantees, promises, and assurances that don't come.
Well said.
Don't you think to know that that's okay, too? We were almost taught that was a selfish thing.
Oh, yeah.
To have your dream and your vision and, listening to you and listening to Lee. I think perhaps that we've just gotten the cart before the horse and that we did kind of put the things before the people, before the humans, which is my passion, is to restore respect back in the marketplace and to instill confidence back in business people. And the way we do that is getting them in touch with their dreams and bringing them back to the foundations like gratitude.
Well, I've also found that people will join your company or organization because they're inspired by your product or you as a visionary, but they will stay. We stay in companies, the retention conversation.
Yes.
Exactly what you're saying. I will stay when I can see how to bring my purpose, my gifts to the team or the organization's vision in a way where I feel acknowledged and appreciated.
That we matter.
That's
People
exactly
want to
it.
know that they matter.
Well, it's really funny because I think I just gave Jan a new tip for her workshops when she's teaching about toasting and how to do a toast. And clinkage is kind of out of the loop for
Never in business etiquette.
no
Joy,
clinkage
never.
of the glasses. Well,
Never.
we were just
Only in social etiquette.
we were just clinking our headphones. So we were
So we
You
were
girls
trying
are
to
out of
hug each
control.
other, and we went clink.
clink. What are you doing when you're in a studio clinking headphones?
I
Is
don't
that-
know.
Lee, I need
We're
help.
gonna
I'm
have to
surrounded
write a
by
book on
women.
that.
Why don't you clink in business? You don't
That's
do
a whole
chin-chin?
different conversation,
Oh,
right?
okay.
Social
I have to-
etiquette, it's fine.
I have
Business
to-
etiquette,
okay,
never.
I have to get the book.
There you go. Get the
Protocol
book,
Power.
Protocol
Okay.
Power, 21 days to professional polish.
We'll do a little barter or a little gift exchange. Speaking of gifts, by the way,
yes.
don't you have a gift?
Yes, so this is
That's
Marcia, 'cause
right.
It's hard to discern
And hold
who's
on, just
talking.
before you do that, we've got a rowdy crowd in here. For those of you listening, remember, you can call in. You do not need permission. The number is 512-390-1370.
If you dare.
If you dare. I dare you. Go ahead, Marcia. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. So, Dream University is the only university in the world solely dedicated to helping people achieve personal and professional dreams. And it's all about a lot of what we've been talking about here, the inner and the outer. Who are you? What is your life really about? And then how do you bring that out in the world in a way where you can have impact or be paid well for doing what you love? So since not everybody, might want to take a course online or can't make it to Dallas in January 8th. I'll be doing a one-day workshop there. I have a special gift for you.
All right.
So we're going to give you 3 ebooks designed to help you CBA, get clear about what you want, the hardest step, believe in yourself and your dreams, and take action. So please write down this URL. You can go there right now and get 3 ebooks. DreamUniversity.com/gift. GIFT. DreamUniversity.com/gift.
And that's free.
It's free, and you want to do, I have Paul next to me doing really obscene things. You don't even want to know. I have to
Call in to
I gotta
find
tell
out.
you the distinction between a dream and a fantasy.
Wait till Marcia blogs this.
In a dream,
I
you
get that a
can
lot. No.
design-
Oh,
So I just want to say
Toilet
that,
flush.
what sets apart a dream from a fantasy like winning the lottery is actually taking action on it. So if you want to demonstrate that you're more committed to your dreams than to any doubt, fear, or reality, then go get those gifts, dreamuniversity.com/gift. And also, if you're in need of a new dream, this is a way to support you in getting it out of your head. So it doesn't matter whether your dream is to start your business, grow your business, or just really make some difference in your personal life as well, like Lee was talking about so beautifully. I want you to have this gift. Yay, it's my birthday and you get a present.
oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much, Marcia. So now tell us a little bit. Since you're in Austin, part of what you're going to be doing, Marcia, is on Tuesday here in Austin, you are going to be speaking. Now, I know you are a huge keynote speaker. We're so honored to have you in the city. And we're going to have a small window to see you live and in charge on Tuesday. Tell us a little bit about what you're going to talk about.
Okay, and where am I going to be again?
You're going to be at Westwood Country Club at 10 a.m. in Austin.
So this is incredible because we really do have several hours carved out where I'm going to take you through exercises to help you say no more to what's no longer true, help you clarify your purpose, ignite your passion, and move forward on any dream. My promise is that if you join us live on Tuesday, I'm also going to give you bonuses and extras and presents because it's my birthday. So yahoo!
Yay!
Hold that thought because actually we have to take a quick short commercial break. We're listening to Marcia Wieder. That was Jan Goss that just jumped in. I love it. And Lee Brower. We'll be right back after the break.